Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. I've done that before, like in the last series, I did do it, but I don't want the kind of free money coming in. I want to be able to do this without taking that extra little bit of cash to make things a little bit easier for us. Now, is there anything up here? We've got the road block in the tunnel. Stop us going in there. I was just coming up here to see if there was any placeables or anything like that down here. There isn't. Collectibles. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. I've no idea where the rest would be. I'm assuming maybe like round the shops and stuff. Can I walk through here? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm guessing they would be up round the shops and stuff. I mean, I don't really know. It could be anywhere, really. Now, what am I going to do? Oh, I know. Well, I'm actually going to take a break from recording now. I think we'll do a little bit more of, like, just building a hedge around one of these fields when I come back. Alrighty then. I said I was going to go and do a bit of a fence. We'll do some more hedgerow up around here while our tractor is working. So I'm going to do that. We're going to construction. From some of the comments I've been getting in different things, I was complaining about some of the way that tractors were made. Someone pointed out that, well, actually, we got these tractors fairly cheap from the dealership, and the experience with the hitches and so on has given us a deeper understanding as to why those tractors came so cheap in the first place. So, yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. I didn't actually think of that. This field is bigger than I first thought it was. Like, when you look at it like this field is actually a fair size. There's quite a lot to it. So it could take a little while for our combine to get through it. And then we've got the other one up over there. Hopefully everything will be just tickety-boo and we'll cruise on through it without any problems. That one is working away. What else was being said? Excuse me for yawning. No, the chickens, they hadn't lost anything in particular, so they'd only just run out of food, so they were probably alright. There was another suggestion, I think, for one of the... actually, I'm looking through post-it notes now. I've got lots of post-it notes here at the moment, because I've been making notes about questions and stuff. Oh, here we go. So we got a... we got potential for, like, major breakdowns and things like that, and we got potential for... Someone said that, you know, maybe we have a friend that wants to borrow some money from us, and so we agree to lend them a bit of money, and then we get that back at a later date. So I might add in... I don't know if we can do that. There's a government loan thing. I know that you can get money from it, but I don't know if you can give money back from it. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure whether it will work. So there's another little option that maybe we could go for. I don't know how well that'll work out. Now, what I wanted to do here, we've got plants and then there's some rocks as well. So we've got some fairly big rocks here. I want some smaller stones to go near this fence that we've got. Some of these will be alright. Not really what I'm after, though. Yeah, it might be a little bit excessive. Let's go up this end and see. There we go. We've got a couple of these. So we could just drop like a few of these in, and it doesn't actually matter that they're all facing the same way. So I could sort of do it like this. And then we'll turn it round and we'll put that in. So this is obviously going to be kind of like a man-made barrier that we're going to go with up across here. These stones have definitely been placed. They haven't just naturally existed in this kind of configuration. And we wouldn't expect you to think that they had. These stones have been placed here. They've been found and placed. And that is quite a normal thing as well. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We've got to pay... We're paying 50 euros for each of these stones. I wanted a stone wall all the way up here, and I was going to build it out of stones like this, because I thought it would look quite cool. And then we could just sort of do a few extra bits along with it. So we've got some quite big stones here in places. I think actually that's as big as I'm going to get, because I don't want too many big stones. And these are ones that already exist here. And then the other ones will just kind of like make up with the smaller stones. We've got 3 different options, and all we'll do is we'll just kind of like join a whole load of them together like this. And I think that's going to actually work out, and it'll give us the impression of having a stone wall. But that's also going to be rather expensive, so I'm not going to do any more to that just at the moment. We will come back to that one. Up here, though, we can do a bit of hedgerow up here. We've got this option, so I want to change that to a circle, and I'll make that a little bit bigger. And we're going to just cover this little bit here with hedgerow plants. And I'm going to do like some little patches like we've done previously. Add in a few extra. It'd be nice if there was a random option so you could have like a randomizing. I did not want that to go quite that far into the field there. That was a mistake. So let's get rid of that one. There. I don't want it up against the fence quite so much. That's about as much as I want it to go into there. There we go. We've got a couple of them. And we'll put that one in there. Do a random squish down through here. Like that. It's not exactly... I mean, I talk about this quite a bit when I'm doing it. Just because, you know, I need to talk about something. But it's not easy getting this right. But I reckon that this time what we can do is if we go with these bigger ones, and I do a line of these all the way down here, and then we'll just do smaller ones in between. Like I've got some of those smaller ones there anyway. And just kind of pop these in. And then we can take some of these smaller things and just fill in a few like that. Just going into some areas in the front. Another one here. There, we've got a great big one that's hanging out over the road a bit. Need to get in here with the hedge trimmers and just trim that back. It's getting towards the end of the season, that's why. So they need to get up here with the hedge trimmers and just tidy this whole area up a bit. A lot of work needs doing up here. But that's not our concern, because we don't actually own this bit. Well, I guess we do, but we're just going to say that that's the council's job to deal with that. So we've got that bit out there, and AI Worker J has completed their task. So we can go and take a look at this, and we can just make sure that the field is properly done. It is all completely done over with oilseed radish. So I'm finished in there. I don't need to do anything else. We can't do any... There's no point doing any rolling or anything like that. I'll bring this one up here and just sort of park it up. And we're done for the season. There isn't anything else for us to do today. We need to move on. Let's just bring that one back into the shed like that. Unhitch. I'll stop you there. So I've got sick animals. I've got a sick worker. Pressure washer breaks down. Major vehicle breakdown. Loan money to a friend. There was another one where I can't remember what the other one was. There was another one about we need to go and we need to lease a machine. I think there was a breakdown on a machine, but we don't have to, like, if it's a major breakdown on a machine, then we have to sell the machine to the shop and then buy it back to represent the amount of money that it's going to cost us. But someone said, well, actually what you could do is you just park your machine up and you lease another one to replace it. And I actually rather like that, because the selling of the machine and buying it back changes the prices of everything for the machine anyway. You end up with lower maintenance costs overall and stuff like that. And so I rather like this idea of leasing the machine, and then so we have one for a season. And it would be for a full season. That's what we'll do. So at the moment it's 3 o'clock, so we'll skip the night now. And we'll do a random roll at the beginning of each season, starting with the autumn. Now, at the moment, I've got sick animals, a sick worker, so we can only have one worker for the season. Pressure washer breaks. We can't wash anything for that period of time, although it's not going to cost us. So it's like really just a minor inconvenience. Major vehicle breakdown, in which case we have to randomly roll on a machine. And if we want to be able to use that machine for the duration of that season, we have to go and lease a replacement. And then we loan some money to a friend, which basically removes the money from our own pool and stops us from being able to use it, which is somewhat inconvenient, to say the least. Now, what have we got over here? So, actually, let's just use the map, shall we? It's a lot easier rather than running around. Nope. Rather than shop, let's use the map. So, I have got crop types, growth. Well, there's nothing else happening in these two. Those two are still waiting. This one is not saying that it's fertilized. That needs to wait. We don't need to plow that one. It's a good job, really. It will need rolling. We haven't mulched anything because we don't have a mulcher. It would be nice to have a mulcher. So what we're going to need to do today is July and August, and then September is the beginning of autumn. So September is when we will do our first one. So I'm going to just unfold this. Now, we had barley in here, didn't we? This was barley in here. And next on the list after barley, this is going to be canola. And then corn, and then oats. Now, at the moment, we don't have a corn header. We don't have anything we can do with corn. Can't even plant corn, can we? So, getting corn is going to be a little bit more difficult, and that goes after canola. So, in theory, we would want corn in the big fields with the fence around it. That may not necessarily be the easiest thing for us to do. So we're gonna have to sort of work on that in a bit. See what we can come up with. We have at least got chickens now, and we'll have eggs coming from the chickens. So we've got some money. We've got regular money being able to come in from that. We have a source of income, even if it's not going to be a huge source of income. We have got something there, and that at least is a start. It's always a struggle. It's always a struggle to know exactly how we're going to make our money and what exactly we're going to do to balance everything out. I don't want to spend too long doing any one thing as well, because I'm very well aware of how tedious that can get to watch. I mean, it's going to be bad enough doing the harvesting, because there's quite big fields. It would be better if we could have bigger combines or something like that. I know some of you do actually like watching the slower jobs and making things take longer with the full-on sensible play and everything. And there are others of you that prefer my other, the Rizu Forest one, where I don't do things as sensibly. So at least there's something here for everybody. We have got that going in our favour. So this tractor here is going to carry on and do that bit, and crash against the tree. You can better turn around. We'll let it turn around. This cultivator is one that we do have a problem with anyway. It doesn't quite do the ends. I'm gonna need to on this field. If you have a look, we've got one layer of fertilizer coming up now. This one is gonna be planted. We had barley in here, didn't we? So it's definitely canola going in here next. Let's just have a look at what we got in our storage. Yes, it is barley. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Make sure I wasn't seeing things. Canola going in next. That would be perfect, because we've harvested this one. The canola there. We're planting another round of oilseed radish now, so we get the double lot of fertilizer on the field, and then we'll plant canola in August, and everything will be tickety-boo. So I'm going to let that one turn. Where are you going? I don't like that that is turning round. It seems to be reversing up an awful long way. It's doing alright. Is it going to miss a piece? No, it's not going to miss a piece. Okay, colour me impressed. That did actually manage to do the job okay, which means that I can go to this one, and I can put that one straight on. Like that. And I can come back down here, and I can get started straight away on plantering. So come down here. And where's that going? I'm going to put this one to about here, I think. Start that one up, and then bring it up this way. Alright, I think this will be fine. At least I hope it will be. What I'm cautious of is that the cultivator is going to start accidentally cultivating up the oilseed radish that we're planting. That's what I don't want it to do. But if I just take this bit over to here, I think from here on down we'll be absolutely fine. Bring you out that way like that. Is on round the tree, and then I'll head up here, and I can set this one going up here. Just start right on that edge right there. Bring you forward a little bit. And off you go. Okay. Now we got both of them working in the field. That one has just done exactly what I thought that it might try and go and do. But I think it's going to be alright if we leave it for a second. So we're just going to watch this one come down across the field. And while it does that, we will just... So we can keep an eye on this one, and we can keep an eye on the other one. And then once it gets back up to the other end, we can just take over a second and correct the mistake that's made up there. This one definitely needs cleaning. This is looking a little bit sorry for itself. Oh, also, while you're working up and down the fields... Right, that's also missing a piece. While you're working up and down the field there, let me go and have a look at the animals. So, we've got chickens here. They're not fully grown yet. They will be in another 2 months. These chickens are fully grown, and they'll be reproducing soon. So, we'll get the remaining 99 chickens that will make the pen in another 2 months. I think it's every 4 months that they reproduce. So, I think that's what it is. And we got 928 eggs, 6,000 litres of grain. So we don't need to worry about feeding the chickens, not today. We do need to just go and get that little bit there that we've missed in a second. And there's really not very much in the way of eggs on that pallet. What's disappointed me with the chickens, though, is I am definitely disappointed with the fact that the chickens... spawn point for the pallets is so small. I thought that we'd have a bigger spawn area on that, and we'd be able to drop down like 5 or 6 pallets of eggs at once, but we can't, and I am actually disappointed with that. But I guess because this is a hardcore series and we're supposed to play kind of realistically, we wouldn't be looking to be keeping more than 1 season's worth of eggs anyway, so we're not going to be saving up masses and masses of them. I'm not taking them up every month. I'm not going to do that, because that's just going to get tedious and pointless for us. So we're not going to worry about doing that. But at the same time, there are limits to what I want to do, and I don't want to be saving all of our eggs for an entire year before we go and take them up. So the only job that we've got to do this month with July is this, what we're doing now. We want to finish doing this cultivating, get the planting done there as well, and then once both of these jobs are finished, then we skip another season. Another month. So let's wait for that one to come on forward. And again, he's done the whole, I'm going to skip a piece, which just seems to be par for the course for this. Not quite sure why, but that's what he does. So we will go and correct that bit. And then I will let it go up across, I think, once more with the hired help. And then we'll go to the short side, because if you do it from the short side, it seems to actually work a bit better. So if I drop it down there, just so that I got enough room here for the planter to work properly, and then we can carry on with the next bit. One thing that we haven't got yet is a workshop. Now, there is an option for a workshop to have something really cheap. So you got tools, I think it's under. You got a standard vehicle workshop for 45,000, which is very expensive. And then we've got, well, there's diesel stations here. We've already got a diesel station, so we don't need to worry about that one. Gas pump, water hose, workshop, that's 10 grand. Workshop service area there, so we could sort of do this and have it put, like, maybe into the garage or something. That's 5 grand, and then you got a small workshop here, which is 1,500 euros. Now, I actually rather like the idea of this being something that we can use to start off with. I do rather like that idea. So we could maybe put this in up here. We've got 2,000, so we do actually have enough money for it. But it's whether or not we want to do it. Now, I did say I was going to turn this one round at the other end, but I forgot to properly keep track of it. So now we need to... Let's do this bit ourselves, shall we? Because otherwise it's just never going to work. And then bring you on round there. And let it do another pass up through with the hired help. Off you trot. Go on. There you go. Right, and then we'll go and get that little bit over there, and then we've only got a little tiny bit left on this field anyway, and the planting is coming along very nicely. We've got almost the entire field. I was going to say almost the entire field planted. No, we haven't. We've got a good chunk of the field planted already, and I'm sort of reasonably impressed with the speed at which we're getting through this field, but it's still... We've got a little bit to go with the planting, and this is why we're going to want more hired helps. I think more hired helps is going to make a big difference to how we can do things a little bit later on, and we can sort of make things move along a little bit faster. That's what I'd like to be able to do. And I think we'll be able to make some decent money soon with pigs. Because pigs are the way forward. Pigs are balanced best for hardcore settings, which is what we've got now. We've got hardcore settings now, and pigs are definitely balanced best for those settings. But I've already said all of that before, so I don't need to go into that. Right, that's the right angle there that we wanted to go on, so we'll let you come on round again. So where was I? I was busy looking in here and eyeing up the workshops. A repair place for 1,000. I don't particularly like this one. It's a little bit too simple. Click on it again there. 1,000. Yeah, there's not enough on that one, I don't think. I don't really like that. Speed camera, 150,000. I'm gonna leave that one. There's a plain toolbox, which becomes a workshop. We could put that... Actually, we can put that right in the garage. And then you've got various other options for, like, workshop. There's a small stationary workshop trailer right there, which... yeah, I kind of like... What I wanted to do is I wanted to turn the garage here, the house garage, into a temporary workshop on a small scale. So maybe this is the one to use for it. And then later on, we will get a bigger workshop. Because if you've got a big farm, you're going to want a decent-sized workshop. Regardless of what happens. See, I was wondering about that one, but I don't think that's going to fit. It's not going to look right. It will fit. It just doesn't look right. We got a carport workshop there, which I kind of like, but I don't want. And then there's this one here, which is direct from FS19 by the look of it. And this is the one that we've got now, which I guess would be the one that I'd end up using, I suppose. Not really sure. But anyway, what I'd like right now, I like this one. I like the idea of this one, but I want to build it in with a shed. I mean, this one does actually have a shed, and it's got the bits and pieces in it. I'm not sure if the bigger machinery can be placed outside of it in order to be able to be repaired. I might have to do some testing on that one and find out. I rather like it, though. That one does seem pretty good. But for now, I think we'll go with this. And I like the pricing of this one. We need to have a workshop. We need to be able to repair our machinery. I like the pricing of this one because I think 1,000 euros does represent buying a toolbox full of tools and so on that you would need to be able to repair your tractors and machinery. You're not going to get that for free. You're not going to get that for like 100 euros. You're going to need to spend a little bit of money, like a compressor and a few things like that. So I think the 1,000 euro price tag is actually pretty reasonable for this. And I'm going to drop that one in here. Probably best if we don't put it on the roof. Try to line it up so that we can get it so it looks straight. That ain't straight. What about that? Let's use the edge of the roof to just make sure it is lined up straight. There, right. And then I'll pop that there. Okay. So what we've got in that one is a little diesel generator. You're all finished. Excellent. Going to take you up around the top. So I've only got 700 euros left now, which is not very much. We're going to sell some eggs soon. So I'm hoping we can sell some eggs. And I'll go and do that. And take that out. So we're very close to doing our first roll. Now, at the moment, I've got sick animals. I've got a sick worker, so we can only have one worker for a while. Or maybe we could say just for the first month of the season, because it would be unlikely that you'd be so badly sick that you're going to be out for three whole months. That does seem a little bit ridiculous. And we got the major vehicle breakdown. So if we get that one, we've then got to randomly roll on which of the vehicles it is that breaks down. So it might just be like the combine breaks down in the middle of winter. And we know that it's broken down because we were doing a service on it, and there's some major problems with it, so we can't use the combine for the winter. That's lucky, that's fortunate. Just wondering how we can plan it so that we would have to pay out the money on it, because, you know, if we're using a machine and we've got a lease. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.